when you talk about a healthy business, how do you regard health? I mean, obviously it's on a spectrum. There's, this is completely unhealthy to this is incredibly thriving and healthy, and it's a continuum. But like in general, if someone is in a healthy state, what are some of the most obvious signs of this, and or how do we kind of move ourselves up the, continuum?
If they are still in production, personally, I say, why are you still in production? And if they say, because I love it and I always want to do it, I say, great. Then we need to consider that when we look at your net profit number. But most of the time, people that are looking to build a team are looking to either scale back their production or get out completely, or at the very least be profitable, not considering their production. But they're stuck in production because of the financial aspect. That's an unhealthy business. If you have to produce to keep the lights on, we've got an unhealthy business, period. So that's number one. I guess number two is I always ask again, what model are you building? Because to me, that's the biggest determining factor in whether someone's running a healthy business or not. If they're running a team ridge and they're okay with a 5 to 8% net profit or a 10% net profit, whatever the number is, then guess what? We're healthy if we're there. But if I'm talking to somebody else who's not building it that way and they say, I want to exit production, maybe I live in a small to medium-sized market, I'm never going to have 200 agents, I just want a small tight-knit team of people, but I still want to be profitable to the point where I could exit production. I'm going to say, well, you're going to need to hit a much higher net profit margin. And then you've got the solo agent who just doesn't want to lose out on extra deals that he or she couldn't handle. So they kind of just hand them off to a couple agents on their team and they're running that shark with feeder fish model. Well, they better have a really high net profit margin because they have a very low cost of sale because they're doing and always will do the majority of the deals. So it depends on the model that they're building. But I think that, if ever someone is stuck in production for a financial reason, that's the first indicator that we have an unhealthy business.